Hello, this is Sister McAfee. I've decided to not have my face on this video because I was experimenting and I can actually increase the font and show you better on this one if you aren't watching me. So you'll hear my voice and I'm going to just go through a few cool things with Excel. That hopefully you'll find helpful and will inspire you to be excited about the things that are coming and all of the things that we'll learn. So number one on my list is the tabs at the bottom. Hopefully you've already discovered these. So for our most recent life plan, you were asked to use a new tab, and you can even do that and title it. And so we will do another life plan. So you will open a new sheet, and then if you double click, you can title that Life Plan 3. And so that way we can easily click between them. So the most recent one should have been on Life Plan 2. I also use the tabs at the bottom for my budget. So my current budget has January 2019 and then February 2019. And that way I can just click easily between months and they're not on the same sheet where I have to scroll back and forth. So I find that really helpful. So I'm just going to go through some tricks for the life plan that you submitted. One is for years, or any series of numbers really. We were supposed to do 12 years, and I'm sure most of you just typed in 1 through 12, but Excel has a built-in function where it kind of guesses what you're trying to do. So if I type in 1, 2, and then drag, I can kind of watch it and it'll just fill it in for me. I kind of think that's cool. And then the first problem, problem 22, was the one where you start with $350 in the account and you're earning 5% interest and you don't deposit anything, that's just it. So for the starting amount, we have $350. And then you were supposed to use a calculator, so hopefully you did, but I want to show you now that it's already turned in, that Excel actually has a built-in calculator. So right here in this box, if I click equals, and then I go back and I just click on that $350, it calls that cell B3, and it's just going to put in B3, but it knows that that's $350, and then I use the asterisk for a time sign, and then I do 1.05. The 1 represents we're keeping our $350, and then the 0.05 is we're adding on the 5% interest. So if I do that and then hit enter, it's going to just calculate that for me. And then probably you just type that in as your new starting value, but again, I'm going to just kind of use Excel, and I'm going to hit equals, and then I'm just going to click on that cell and hit enter, and it'll just bring it down for me. And the advantage to doing this is it's going to let us be able to kind of trick the system right now. So what I've done is I've entered a formula here that told Excel that I wanted to take the cell to the left and multiply it by 1.05. So if I now drag that down, again, Excel just kind of is built in so it can kind of guess what you want to do. So it's just going to guess that that's what I want to do all the way down. It's going to put zeros in here. It's just confused. There's nothing over here. So it's like, how do I take 1.05 times nothing? So it gives me zeros. But if I come right here and do the same thing and drag that down, remember that one I was saying just take the other value and bring it down, then it just does the whole thing for me. And I'm going to come back to that in a second, but let me come over here and do the same thing. So if I just enter 1 and 2, and then I highlight those and drag it down, it'll fill in the 12 years. And on this one, I started with $100. And then again, I'm going to use this as a calculator. So I'm going to do equals, and I'm going to take that $100. So I'm just going to click on it, and it's going to bring that over. I'm going to multiply that by 1.06, again, because this one was adding 6% interest. So the 1 means that I keep the money that I have, and the 0.06 means that I'm getting 6% interest. And then on this one, we were depositing $25. So plus 25. I'm not using a calculator like in my hand. I'm letting Excel do it for me, and I'm going to hit enter. And then I come here and I just do equals, and then I want that cell to carry down, and I hit enter. and it just brings that down for me. And then this is the part that I wanted you to see. This is one of those things when I first learned it that I was just like, Excel is the coolest thing in the universe. And hopefully you see that too, because really I was just amazed. So if I just take this and I drag it down, Excel's going to be super smart, and it's going to be like, oh, you just want to do the same thing over and over and over again. You want to keep adding 5% and $25. But again, it's a little confused here because there's nothing over here to the left. But if I bring this and I drag it down, then it's going to be like, oh, I know what you're trying to do, and it just fills it all in. So I think that is cool. And then this is the part that I'm hoping you're all watching this, because there was a lot of you who kind of left your answers looking crazy. And these do not look like money. And this does not make me smile. And so I am going to, again, use Excel in all of its amazing glory to fix these really fast. So if I just highlight those and I like right click or double click depending on your computer and come down here to format, then I can make it a currency, which is money. And it already does 2 decimal places, and then I hit OK, and it just changes it for me. And then come over here and highlight, and then for my my laptop I have to just double click 2 fingers on the pad, and then format cells, and then again currency because that's money, and then hit OK. It just turns it into money for me. And you guys, these were the exact values that I was looking for. 628.55 and 622.97. If you rounded everything correctly and carried everything down correctly and did everything just right, then those should have been the values. 628.55, 622.97. And I don't know. I know that, using a calculator, sometimes you make little mistakes rounding. This kind of catches it using Excel. So I think that is amazing. And hopefully that lets you see some cool things. If you come up here to formulas, you'll see that there are like so many that we can do. If we just click on this, it has some of them that we'll use. We'll do some. We will also do graphs. You'll definitely be doing formulas very, very soon. There's just so much, and so more and more and more to learn about Excel, but I don't want to overwhelm you. So the main things that I wanted you to get from this were the tabs on the bottom. Make sure you're using those. We will come back to the life plan again. And then also just formatting. I want you to make sure that you're making your problems look good. Oh, up here. So if I want problem 24 to go above all of those, I can again double click and then go to format and then alignment, and I can merge those. And it'll kind of hook those 3 together and make problem 24 go up there. And then you can do a ton of things with it. Like you can just, I don't know, I kind of think that the best way to learn is just to get in there and try it. And so just take some time, set a goal, to just go into Excel and learn some new tricks. That's a great goal. That's a specific SMART goal that like makes sense. You could just say, I'm going to spend, 20 minutes 3 times this week working on Excel and learning new tricks, and that's a great goal. That's a SMART goal that meets all the requirements, so that would be a good one. So hopefully that's helpful. Hopefully you can see all that and that shows up great on your screen. And if you need my help, please just reach out. I'm here, ready, willing, and able. So hopefully you have a great, fabulous, wonderful week. Thanks. Bye-bye.